Good morning and happy hump day, everyone. I don't think I did it last week until the end of the video, so I want to make sure I got that over with right now. So, what is my low, my high, my act of kindness? Well, my low is actually something that's kind of been weighing on me for a couple of days now. I'll get to that in a second. But for sure, my high is I got to see my nephews yesterday. It was a lot of fun. I got to play with them. It was really great. And my acts of kindness were I took out the garbage for my folks, and I emptied the dehumidifier for my dad, and I helped my mom watch my nephews. It was a lot of fun. Actually, one thing I did that was really sweet because obviously I was at my parents' place. And one of my nephews loves balloons. Like loves balloons. My mom's got like a whole bunch of them. Some of them even still have helium in them. And my nephew goes downstairs and there's one balloon that he really likes. His favorite color is pink. It's a pink balloon. And the basement isn't necessarily a really tall place. Like, legit, I don't even need to extend my arm all the way up to touch the ceiling. Like, that's how not very big my folks' basement is. And, I was able to grab the balloon for my nephew, and then I gave it to him. So, felt good about doing that. It was very nice. But, now I think it's time I get into what's been weighing on me. I meant to talk about this for a couple of days, and it was just during those couple days in which, Sunday I had to make a whole bunch of NFL picks. Monday I had to make even more NFL picks, as well as react to One Piece Chapter 1092. And, did you guys even see yesterday's video? NSYNC is going to be on Hot Ones. How is that not exciting? And stuff like that, it really does give me satisfaction that between doing this and knowing what's coming up so I can talk about it, it really does bring me a lot of satisfaction. It does. But around Saturday night, specifically around the time I was doing my live vlog, that was the first time it ever hit me that, how do I put this? Well, as you know, 2023 has been an extraordinarily great year for me. It has been. Has it been perfect? No, of course not. Were there times where, I was, crying? Oh, absolutely. And not necessarily tears of joy either. But the vast majority of every great thing that happened to me this year was everything done on my own. I was the one, at the end of the day, we're all responsible for the decisions that we make in life. Okay, maybe that's a bit debatable, but in this case, every great thing I did was because I wanted to do it. And so I set out to do it. And this summer alone, specifically, from July 30th onward, has been nothing short of extraordinary. I've been to birthday parties. I've been to country music concerts. I've been to a fashion show. I saw a lot of great movies. And Cuca Lake. Cuca Lake is always there. It's always, Cuca Lake is always a win. And, full disclosure, 2023 was already a good year going into the summer. If you guys remember, it was around, April that I finally understood what self-love means, or I began to understand what self-love means. And for those of you who don't know the story, I thought it's what self-love means, but I wasn't sure. So I asked my mom and told her that, that I get that I'd be getting a lot of satisfaction, going out, seeing people, trying new things, stuff like that. And I asked my mom if that's what self-love means. And she says, yeah, that's what it means. And then I cried. Happy tears, of course. And I was a bit worried that once we start going up to the lake, it kind of comes to a bit of a halt. I mean, I get why, because, major pop-up events and stuff like that, they don't really happen that often. Because, it's summer. People want to be with their families. School's out. You don't want to, the daily grind of going to school is, no longer there. People spend more time with their families. Summer's usually beautiful outside. You want to spend the time outside, go swimming, try great summer food, lots of stuff. Absolutely. But again, throughout this, it wasn't throughout this summer. Honestly, the first half was pretty much a bit of a what's the word I'm thinking of? In a way, it was counting down the days until the inevitable happened, in which my heartbreak came full circle. And it did on July 29th. So I would say the first half got increasingly emotional for me. But quite literally the day after, things just started getting better and better and better. And that's the thing. Right now, there are 2 more weekends that my family and I are going to spend up at Cuca Lake. And I can't believe summer's already almost over. And yet, I'm also pretty conflicted. On the one hand, I just said, this summer has been extraordinarily good. I really couldn't ask for much more. Considering what happened on July 29th, I don't think I could ask for anything better. I think this is about as good as it could ever be. And I'm okay with that. I am. But it's at that time of year where, I need a fresh change of pace. I know I'm not going to go to Cuca Lake during the months of, November and December. Heck, the last day I'll be at Cuca Lake will be October 1st. That will be the last video I ever do at the lake this year. Give or take some kind of crazy miracle. And on that day, I already had plans to, after I upload the video, I'm immediately going to head out to the Pumpkin Fest at Grist Iron Brewing Company. So, my last day at Cuca Lake really will be more of a last morning. And that's going to be it. And while I'm sad that summer's almost over, I'm ready for this change. I'm ready to go back to the day. Listen, you could say that fall is, I know you gotta wait maybe a day or so before fall is officially here, but come on. Leaves are already changing colors. It's cold in the mornings. It's cold at night. Football season is happening. Yeah, we're in autumn. You can almost pretty much say we're in autumn right now, and no one's going to argue with you. Well, almost no one will argue with you. And I really do want to embrace that. So, again, I'm conflicted. I don't want this summer to end because it's been great. I don't know. Seriously, this year has been so good. I'm really worried that 2024 is going to be a huge letdown. Not as bad as the heartbreak I went through in 2022, mind you. But like, right now, the only thing 2024 has going for it is there are two big trips I'm going to make. There's the trip back to Colorado to scatter my grandmother's ashes, and to Trinity Palling for my 15-year reunion. Like, those are the two big trips that are taking place, and unfortunately, they won't happen until later in the year. I mean, almost Labor Day weekend, that's when we're going to be celebrating scattering my grandmother's ashes. And the Trinity Palling reunion will be, in October. So that's pretty late in the year. I mean, again, those are the only two things I know for sure are happening next year. It's an entire year. More than just those things are going to happen, but at this moment, I don't know what they are. I can guess what's going to happen. I can guess we're going to have a few good movies to come out next year. I can guess celebrating holidays and birthday parties will be fun. But that's all I can get. That's all I can get to so far. It's great, but it's not really that much. Not much to go on anyway. And you're probably, well, what about the rest of this year? Oh, don't get me wrong. The rest of this year is pretty much covered. October 1st is going to be the last day I'm up at Cuckoo Lake. But again, I'm immediately going to Pumpkin Fest at Grist Iron Brewing Company, which I went to for Cheese Fest back in May, which is another great thing that happened this year. And, again, there's a lot to look forward. There's so much to look forward to. You got holidays, you got Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's. Pretty much October 1st, you can pretty much say that's when the holiday season starts. You totally could. Not to mention, in the interim, you got football to watch. Well, I have football. Some people don't watch football, and if you don't like football, that's fine. You don't have to like it. But I do. And, I got football to watch in the interim. What else? Got some birthdays happening. That's going to be fun. Although that does remind me, next week will be my late grandfather's birthday. Maybe I should do something about that. What else is happening? Well, I mentioned football. Horseheads football. Homecoming. Horseheads is doing great right now. They're 3-0. They play away at Norwich this week, but next week is homecoming. I'm excited for homecoming. It's gonna be awesome. So as conflicted as I am about summer being over, and I'm essentially going to be transitioning into a new routine, particularly what I do on the weekends. I'm ready to embrace it. Well, I should be ready to embrace it come October 1st. It'll be hard, and trust me, I'm not going to like what happens. But if all goes well, these next 2 weekends, I can tell you that this summer truly was great. Not perfect, but definitely great. There's still one thing I really want to do, and I don't think it's going to quite happen, but that's okay. I got time. If it doesn't happen before the summer's over, I'll make it happen later. So, all I can do now is just try to keep a chin up. And right now, I can go about my day as normal. It's about all I can do. So, that's kind of what I've been going through lately. Just a little confliction. Not a bad thing. And listen, everybody at some point gets seasonal depression. Listen, there are people who feel the way I'm feeling, but they do it during like the holiday season. And trust me, I get it. Admittedly though, it never really seemed to bother me as much as the end of summer did. Partly because by the time we got to the holiday season, I was already in school and there was nothing I could do about it. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, I really never liked going to school. I mean, I never did bad per se. You know, I went to school and I behaved, you know, I got my education. I'm thankful for that, but I was never a fan of going to school. And when summer was over, specifically on Labor Day weekend, like, it would kill me on the inside. So, I guess now that I'm an adult, I don't necessarily have to worry about that. But even I know that summer has to end eventually. And it looks like the final day, at least for me, will be October 1st. Well, I say that it'll be the final weekend or night that I actually stay up there. I mean, I'm sure there's a reason why I'll have to go back to the lake for something. Maybe to help my dad close up, help my folks close up. I mean, there's lots of different things I'm going to do. So, whatever happens, I definitely am mentally preparing more and more for its coming. So, I got that going for me. Which is nice. Yeah, that quote's been in my head forever. But it's an uplifting sounding quote, so I guess I can't be mad. I hope you like this video. If you didn't like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I am very humbled I made this video for all of you guys watching. Enjoy for today. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. And remember, if you guys want to talk or channel, be here to lend and also be back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby. That's one thing I'm never going to be conflicted over.